Aloha mahalo as we look at OKO Wrist Lock number 4. This one once again is opponent's right hand to our left hand grab. Increased severity, it's going to be green zone in our forward area coming from noon, 12 o'clock. Left foot slightly forward as he grabs once again, just as previous wrist locks. We're going to step, gauge leg, push and pull. Push and pull, creating that accelerated force for the poke. As I up-cock with my left foot, I'm going to circle, hand up, and re-grab at the wrist. My right hand now is going to replace that grab by grabbing my palm to the back of his hand and then grabbing the palm of his hand with my fingers. I'm going to control release my left hand and place it just above the elbow to help control. Once again, I'm going to continue the pressure on the lock on the wrist as well as the arm. Now from here, what I want to do is continue to bring him off balance and shimmy. Just a slight either step forward with a push-pull or back to drag him with me to bring him down to the ground. And we're going to follow up with a knee or a kick depending on your distance and cross and cover out. Once again, from the front, we're going to step, pull and strike. Out the clock, going to grab the wrist, replace. Grab the elbow as I push and pull, shimmy, knee, and cross and cover out. Once again, stay tuned as we discuss the concept and principle contained in OKO Wrist Lock number 4. As we talk about the OKO Wrist Lock number 4, we have quite a few concepts and principles that are consistent throughout this whole series. Once again, we've got the initial gauge leg to create distance. My left foot slightly forward. I'm going to step off of the line, opening up my hips, allowing me to get to the outside of his body. As I do that, once again, I'm going to pull his wrist. He's grabbing onto my wrist. I'm going to pull him into the strike, giving me time to continue the flow of the technique. Once again, we use the up clock to get to his opposite side and start to affect the lock from all the way from his fingers to his shoulder. Now we've got a replacement. So number one, like OKO Wrist Lock number 3, we have a re-grab. As it brings up and around, I'm going to grab, then I'm going to replace that grab, my palm on the back of his hand. That allows we call this the butterfly position. As one side of the butterfly captures and corrects, my left hand then can chop just above his elbow to affect and continue the lock. Now we have a continuation, once again, borrowing from the hula and borrowing from the shimmy, allowing us to continue to offset our opponent and to continue his control. So what do I mean by this? So once we have the replacement, my hand has gone up and grabbed, my right hand now replaces, my hand comes up behind the elbow. As I bring him down, once he's here, if he tries to get up, I can use a shimmy, or what's also called a step drag, either forward or backwards to jerk him, to put him off balance instead of being able to regain his balance and try and stand up against the wrist lock. We've got the push-pull of rowing the canoe. Once again, once I've replaced my left hand with my right, and I've chopped here at the elbow, the motion is going to be pulling with the right hand and pressing with the left to bring him down. Once again, that idea of rowing the canoe. In doing this, once again, we've affected our opponent's height, width, and depth, giving us time. From the time that his hand is here, it is now replaced in a wrist lock. My heart's already going down. And then as you push and pull rowing the canoe with the up clock, now we have height, depth, and width at the same time. It's amazing how a lot of these concepts and principles carry through with a sprinkling of new concepts and principles within each grouping of wrist locks or punch counters or grab counters in the OKO system. With that, thanks for checking out OKO Wrist Lock number 4. Stay tuned as we start working on the arm locks.